What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Headed right now to go get my daughter from kindergarten. She's 6, and my other one, you can probably see back there sitting in her seat, is a 2-year-old. She's not in kindergarten yet, so headed this way to go get her. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about 5 things that I absolutely hate about the Dodge Durango platform. There are multiple things that I dislike, but more pros than cons on this Durango. And we'll get into that on a future video as well. I plan on making a 5 things or more video on what I like about the Durango, or what I love about the Durango, that is. Number 1, what I absolutely dislike. I don't want to use the word hate, but I'm probably going to use that in the title. It's more clickbaity. You know how it is with this YouTube thing. If you don't have the right words, the right description, they're not going to find the video. So you have to do what you have to do. So the number 1 thing I dislike about this Dodge Durango platform has to be, if it isn't the number 1 thing, it is darn near close to number 1 thing, but in my book is the Uconnect system for the radio, the operating software for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, whatever you want to call themselves, Daimler. It's terrible, just terrible. Now, I'll be honest, 100% honest. Up until about a month ago, I've had 0 issues with the Uconnect system. I've heard rumors, I've read stories, I've seen a lot and heard a lot when it comes to the Uconnect system that has always swayed me to not want to buy the Durango. What you doing back there? What you doing back there? Okay. So, focus on my fat head. Alright, there we go. Zoom out so it doesn't look me make so fat. Alright, that's better. What was I talking about? Uconnect. So up until about a month ago, I really haven't had any issues. Let me turn this AC up because it's hotter than a mother fletcher in here. Like I said, up to about a month ago, I haven't had any issues until we were headed to, it wasn't a wedding, we were headed somewhere on a Saturday or Sunday, and the rear climate control, while I'm driving, actually while I was filling up, I had left it running. Yes, I know that's not what you're supposed to do, but I had both my kids in here and my wife in here, and it was hot, and I didn't want to shut it off. Y'all trying to cut in line, man? What's up with that? But yeah, I didn't want to shut it off and get, them overheated, and I didn't want them to overheat inside the Durango. These people are pissing me off, man. Look at this. Look at this. Passes everybody. Yeah. What the heck do you think you're doing there, sweet cheeks? Better get that kid back in line. Pisses me off, man. It really does. Alright, let's try this again, and I promise I'm gonna do my best to not have a squirrel moment. As I was fueling up, like I was stating, I didn't want them to get overheated inside the Durango. So I left it running. When I got back inside the vehicle, my wife's telling me that the AC is doing something weird for the rear climate control. So as I'm adjusting the temperature to get it colder in there for them, it goes back up in temperature by itself. Digitally, you can see that thing go all the way up. And I'm like, that's weird. Never seen that before. And then the fan speed control went from 5 to 1. And then from 1 to 2. And 3 and 4. All by itself. So I turned the truck off, thinking it was a glitch, software-wise, electronically, something, whatever. Turned it back on. We started driving, and it started doing the same thing. I set it to low, which is like a 58 degree, or whatever it is for Dodge, the coldest setting you can have, and it started to rise again, which was very odd, and the speed of the fan changed, which was very odd. So I did a hard reset for the radio while driving, which wasn't hard to do, didn't distract anybody, didn't hurt the vehicle, but I did a hard reset while driving, and that worked for the first 10 minutes, and then it started doing it again. So after all of that, I'm looking through the climate system, and Dodge has a button on there that says lock climate. All right, so I apologize if you guys hear the AC hitting the windscreen or the dead cat on the mic, but it is what it is. So going to your climate settings, you can see when you hit rear climate, well, I'm gonna try it again. There we go. It says lock rear. So you can adjust the temperature and the fan speed that you want, and then click lock rear, and it will lock it to that setting, which eliminates it from being changed in the rear or up front unless you physically unlock it. All right, number 2 of this somewhat long video. And if you guys don't want to follow along, I'm rambling on, I get it. But to those who are continuous supporters, I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around with this only being number 2. I'm not going to try to draw this out any longer. Let's knock these out. But before I do, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, whether you think I'm ugly or whatever kind of information you want to hear about the Durango. Put it down below and hit that like button while you're doing that. So number 2 would have to be the dated interior of the Durango. Now up until recently, I believe it's 22. I don't think 21's got changed. Maybe they did, but I know 22s for sure and newer have a redesigned interior. That's awesome. The front end also got a facelift. I'm okay with that one. I don't like the headlights. I like everything else about the front end, but I'm not sold on the headlights just yet. Dodge or Chrysler, whoever thinks about doing the updates, they're behind on everything. It's like Toyota. I work for Toyota, and we'll get into that in a different video. Well, we're on the move now. They just released kids, so I'm gonna edge my way up here so I don't get in trouble for not paying attention. Yeah, we're gonna get sister. I don't know if you guys can hear her in the background saying sissy. But yeah, Dodge is very behind when it comes to updating anything of their lineup. So I'm glad they finally have updated the front end of the Durango and the interior. Now what's holding you back from doing the rear? It looks the same since like 2015 or something, you know, going on 8 or 9 years of having the same booty. But yeah, like I was saying, I work for Toyota and they do the same thing. I mean, the 4Runner, for example. How long has it been since it's been changed? And even up until recently, nothing much has changed aside from like the dash. That's terrible. With how big Toyota and how big Dodge and how big these brands are, why do they take so long to redesign them? I would say 4 or 5 year cap. After 4 or 5 years of the same platform, whether they're doing well or not, change the design or discontinue them for a short period of time, like Subaru keeps doing with the WRX platform. They just relaunched it. I should have kept that thing locked up. It looks terrible.
Hi.
So how was school?
Good.
Yeah? Learn anything new?
About flowers.
Yeah?
Plants.
What's so nice about flowers?
That they grow and they have seeds to make more plants.
There you go. Well, I'm glad they're teaching you about flowers instead of, crucial information. Now, I've only talked about 2 things. Let's see, the Uconnect system and the fact that the interior and the booty for sure need to be updated. Now just the booty, because the interior and the front end has been updated as of the new models. Those are just 2. I really don't have any. I really don't have many more that I dislike. I know I said 5 earlier, but the more I think about this, the less I can come up with that I dislike. Those are the 2 main issues with this model. Now, there's probably more issues with their other models, like the V6 platform. I could go on for days. But there's a Popo. Say hello, Popo. Hello, Popo. Pull me over, man. Pull me over. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm being weird right now. Anyways, I'm gonna take these girls home. I hope you guys found this video somewhat intriguing. Maybe you guys agree with me, or maybe you disagree with me. Maybe there's other things that I haven't touched base on that you should put down in the comments, and we can discuss that in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys had a good rest of your day. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.